especially let's say like below 25 years old, these two advices you cannot go wrong with. I'm 17 years old, and I'm here to tell you that if you're under 18, there's only two things that you need to focus on. Number one, fitness. Number two, work or studies. So first of all, fitness. I'm not talking about going to the gym only, right? That's not the only option. That wouldn't make sense. I'm talking about being fit, being healthy, because most people around you, odds are, if you're under 18, most people around you are not healthy at all. Most men got man boobs, most women are suffering from acne, most men are suffering from acne as well because they haven't been eating well, as well as hormonal imbalances, most of which are caused by external sources, most of which are caused by their diet, most of which are caused by the air that they breathe, the water that they drink, the toothpaste that they use, the bad habits that they cannot get over. Most people under 18 are now jerking off. Can you believe that most people under 18 are addicted to sexual imagery? Most people under 18 are under attack. Most people under 18 are riddled with demons. Girls under 18, they're depressed as fuck. Look at the percentages. It must be like 60% of girls, Gen Z girls, so girls under 18, are depressed. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Are we going to analyze this? Are we going to talk about this or not? We're just standing here doing nothing. Most young men, especially ones under 18, they are suffering from loneliness. It doesn't have to apply to under 18. Most men are suffering from loneliness more than ever. The biggest loneliness epidemic in the history is happening right now to young men as well as young women. But young men are less likely to speak about it, so it seems more like young women are depressed and we just stand there doing nothing. No, it's just plaguing both genders. The phone, the internet has been plaguing us, and fitness and health is the first thing that you should focus on. And I believe focusing on that, it does not mean that you need to go to the gym every single day doing push-pull legs, working on hypertrophy, trying to get. That's not what I'm talking about. That was the advice that was given to you, but if it's advice given to you by 30 or 20 something years old people that actually require and actually, will be better off doing the hypertrophy training and whatever, getting big, getting muscle, that is not the advice that I'm going to be giving you today. No, get fit, get healthy. First advice. And how do you do that? In which way should you achieve it? You should do these three things in order to achieve healthiness, achieve fitness. You should first of all discover your abilities with sports. Explore different areas, explore various areas of sports. So what I'm saying is explore various different sports and try to find a club, try to find a place with which you can go weekly or daily and get better at, because playing sports, that will be the most beneficial thing to happen to your fitness as well as your mentality, as well as your life as a young person, especially if you're under 20 years old. Just find a sports field and go hard at it. Go work relentlessly at it and have fun while you're doing it. It's going to be social, odds are it's going to be social, even if it's 1v1 sport, even if it's like boxing or stuff. You're going to be in a club, so it's going to be social, so it's going to be a very developmentally helpful area for you. So first advice for health and fitness, go find a sport to play in and work hard on that. Second advice, go do sprints or jog. Basically go on runs. That's the second advice on fitness. Even if you are a gymnast, even if you're a girl, you're a gymnast, go on runs. Runs are going to be incredibly beneficial to you, especially mentally. If you're a runner, you will understand what I'm saying. But the effects of runs in your mentality, in your brain, is just different. Especially outdoor runs. I'm not talking about like treadmill, doing this. Of course, that's going to be beneficial to you, especially physiologically as well. But just going on outdoor runs, especially in the nature, is going to be so beneficial for you. And I believe you can discover more about that in YouTube. But that's my advice. Go on runs, especially outdoor runs. If you're a footballer, you should be doing that anyways. If you're playing any male sport, odds are you have to be running in order to keep up good shape, good cardio shape. So that's going to be a thing that you should be doing anyways. So go on outdoor runs. Third thing, do not eat junk food. That's simple. Most people are already given this advice, but you have to change the mentality about it, right? It's not just do not eat junk food, do not eat fast food. No, of course there are going to be days where you're going to be eating junk food, eating fast food, whether you're out with friends. I mean, it's late at night. You don't want to prepare anything, or your parents do not want to, whatever. Just do not eat junk food or fast food as a philosophy. Just refuse as a philosophy, because if you fully understand its harmfulness to you, if you fully grasp the idea that this is something that's harming you, something that's hurting you, just like the easy peasy method for nicotine and lust. You can read about that as well if you're struggling with that, the easy peasy method. I would recommend that. But it can be applied to fast food as well. Just philosophically, just mentally grasp the idea that this shit is harmful to you, and you'll gradually, naturally do less of it. Snacks as well, all of that enters into that category. So I would say clean up your diet properly for life, and think about all these habits for life. Clean up your diet, go on runs, and work out in a sport that you're interested in. Now, the second thing that you should be focusing on as a young person. We talk about the first is fitness, especially under 20 years old. I'm talking specifically for young people here. I want to emphasize that it's not if you're like, let's say, 28 years old. You have to be focusing on life setup. You have to be focusing on your assets. You have to be focusing on more of your economy. But if you are below that working age, especially let's say like below 25 years old, these two advices you cannot go wrong with. I mean, you cannot go wrong with them at any age, but whatever. Second advice, work and studies. You should be focusing on your work. First of all, I know a lot of people, although in most countries it is illegal. I know that people work at a very young age. I know people start to work at a very young age, especially in countries like Turkey or whatever, but people start working part-time even before that, so it does not matter. So let's say you're a 16 years old guy, you're probably, odds are you could be working as a barista part-time or whatever. I'm saying work and studies. You might be doing one or both or either of them, but this will apply. So focus and lock in on whatever you're doing. If you're trying to start a business, if you're trying to or learn, if you're trying to be an expert student, just focus, just lock in on studies and work, because this is the area where it will pay the most dividends in your life. Not just being a standard, not just meeting a standard at this particular field that you're interested in, just going forward, adding a little bit more effort to it, and it will pay you dividends, I promise you. For example, in the work topic, the money that you can be making and saving and reinvesting and investing into yourself, or stocks or something, or gold, buying gold in order to protect your money, it will pay you dividends in the future, because it will have you set up with this particular foundation that you can then build on. For example, if let's say you get to the age 25, 26, right, and you're in a great position to start business because you have saved and created this foundation for yourself from a very young age. So that's another advice that I would give to you. Work and then save or reinvest or invest. And mostly try to invest into yourself. Get education, get books, buy books, go hard on them, get a gym membership, right? And all of that. And studies, if you want to be amongst the 1%, if you want to be an uncommon person, you have to be focusing on your studies as well. Because it's not just well, some of you might think that you're going to be a business person or you're going to be an entrepreneur, you don't need school. It doesn't work like that. School, I believe, teaches you very simple, very foundational working and studying capabilities, because studying does not just apply to, lessons, classes that you get from the school. Studying also applies to your self-development, your self-research. You're going to be learning research, you're going to be learning how to lock in for extended hours, you're going to be learning how to focus, you're going to be learning how to learn from studying to school's particular classes and lessons, right? For example, studying math will teach you patience. It will teach you how to study for extended hours. It will teach you how to deal with something that you may not love. So that's the advice for today's video. Work on these two fundamentals, especially if you're under 25. Work on just these two fundamentals and you'll be setting yourself up incredibly for the later on stages of your life. That's this video, and I'm working on them as well. So thanks for watching. See you.